Good. Morning, Nevine.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm feeling great today.
You look great. Yeah, you look, I know you've just had a birthday. And so just before we hit record here, Nevine and I were just talking about your birthday and it was a good celebration. So yeah, I'm so happy to have you do this interview with me this morning because I chose you because seeing the changes in the last, well, it's almost been 6 months now. You're almost done the program. It's been unbelievable. And so I was really excited to hear more about your interpretation, your experience going through the program. And I know there's way too many things to be able to talk about today of all the changes that have happened for you, but I want to touch on a few of them. The first one for sure I want to ask you about is your sleep, because when we met like 6 months ago on a discovery call, and you were so tired, you were just telling me your sleep was not good. Like, what is your sleep now? And yeah, I'll let you talk about that.
Yeah, sleep has been an issue for several years, I would say, since I was 30. And I was able to cope with maybe 3-4 hours sometimes. Other times I would do 8 hours, but I would never know. And as soon as I would be stressed about something, of course, the working mind picks up. And I would do a lot of insomnia, especially when I would be waking up early around 4 o'clock and very hard to go back to bed. But now after, I would say even after 3 months to the program, it was amazing, the difference. And I'm not scared anymore. Like I would say, I'm not scared to go to bed because I was like, am I going to have a good night? The next day, I'm going to be so sleepy, not focused and all this. And now, no, I'm peaceful about it. And I know that even if it happens, because it still happens, somehow I'm able to go back to bed. And, so for me, it's that is a whole transformation. I'm so grateful. I'm able to sleep again and not worry about it.
I love how you described that. It was exactly how I felt when I wasn't sleeping well for those few years. Just that nervousness of it's time for bed. Am I going to sleep tonight? Because I have this and this and this to do tomorrow. What if I don't sleep? And it was this unsettled feeling. And so I knew you had started sleeping pretty quickly again. I could just tell in your energy. And I remember a few of the calls you would come on like, I slept and I went back to sleep. And yeah, I don't know how I'm doing it, but it's working. So that's a huge one. Being able to sleep again through the night and just look forward to going to bed, knowing you're going to feel good the next day. So that's a big one. Another one I know for you is like myself, you had so much bloating and gas and just indigestion. And when I was reading your email you sent me, you said there's no more bloating, no more gas. I'm going to mention one other thing after that, but how does that feel like to walk around just not feel, I always say not feeling like the pregnant bloat. Like, how does that feel to feel just settled and ease in your stomach again?
It's I feel I have so much more energy. It's really this, because I didn't realize. So now I rarely have bloating. I just went to New York, came back, and of course I ate a lot. So I still had a bit, but I knew that by eating again what I'm supposed to, it was no problem. And when I had the bloating, and I'm like, oh no, I cannot go back to this. This is taking so much of your energy. I know. So really the digestion is a big part of how you feel overall. And it's amazing to be able to have lunch and not feel like you're sleepy just after while you're having conference calls and whatnot. So that feeling of constantly being tired.
Yeah.
So to me, that was bloating and hurting, and you have to open your pants, and it's not very pretty to look at either. So yeah. And I would be even scared to go to some restaurants because I wasn't sure. Why am I bloated? Is it dairy? Is it all this? So I would try to pick and choose and say, oh, I'm hoping for the best. And then sure enough, instead of going out the rest of the night with my friends, I would say, no, I have to go back home because it's too painful, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
so that part is like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big transformation just in that alone. And I know you didn't mention this in your email, but I have to bring it up because you didn't enter the program to lose weight. You never once mentioned that that was something you wanted to do, but you did lose a lot of weight. Like you don't even look like the same person. You know, you just stood up before we hit record and you were showing me the before and after pictures there. They look completely different. And it happened very quickly for you.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
tell a little bit about that, just the weight loss you experienced, and how do you feel with being more at a weight that's better for your body?
So, like you said, I went in the program and all I wanted to sleep better and digest better. That was my main goal.
Yeah.
And then somehow throughout the program, I could see little by little the weight go down, and it went. I couldn't believe that it would be in my stomach, because at a certain age, and I just reached 50, you say, okay, it's kind of normal, it's hormonal, it's whatnot. But my belly fat disappeared. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. So I lost 21 pounds. I wasn't huge, but 21 pounds. And my husband, I remember saying, wow, you look like when we met, you know, you look, again, I feel like I have a younger wife. And so I'm like, okay, he's happy. I guess I'm happy. I never had issues necessarily with weight.
Yeah.
But somehow you feel, after more feminine, you feel, yeah, you're happy to show your body. I have to remove my whole wardrobe and start a new one because I was floating and everything, but it's feel good. It's fun.
Yeah, that's so nice. I remember you on one of the group calls talking about your husband saying, okay, that's good enough. Don't go lose any more weight, because you
Yeah.
look so good to me just the way you are right now. And it's funny that you mentioned so many women believe that that belly fat is just, well, we're told about that. It's just part of getting older. It's hormonal changes. And you've been a great example of, well, no, it's not. It's when you improve your digestion and you're eating the right foods. You just showed me your stomach before the call. It's flat. Like it's flat. Yeah. You look so healthy. And well, let's jump into, I was going to say, so healthy and happy. You're such a happier, more relaxed person than 6 months ago. And I think you and I are similar, that we're kind of high achievers sometimes, and we
Mm-hmm.
can kind of just get a little bit too focused. When I was in balance, that was the way I was. And to watch you kind of relax over the last 6 months and be even more productive at work and everything. So how does that feel to just have less anxiety, less stress in your body, and just kind of trust that you're doing well?
Well, through the program, I understood that stress can be really, really bad for you. Like it can make you feel it. Yeah, you can have many symptoms, and then later on, you could really get sick. And I'm part of those that got cancer, breast cancer, and I have a thyroid problem. I believe that that was caused also, but that accumulated stress. So for me, it was almost like a wake up call after cancer, and saying, no, I have to find a way to manage. Yes, I'm an A type, and I want to go, whether it's at work with my friends. I want to do everything. I don't want to miss out on everything, but then super important to take care of yourself. And for me, it was the meditation. So and I did not know that I could meditate because I'm so super active. But man, that made me really relax, and even tough conversation at work. Now I take the time to, reflect and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I take a breath, and then somehow it goes so much better. It's just like, and then people around me at work notice, and they're like, my gosh, you're so much more focused. Like you're able to remember this. And I used to be writing everything. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that changed too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. So meditation for me showed me that super important for your mind, but how you feel your body too. Yeah.
I love this. And you were someone who entered the program having never meditated before.
No.
And no experience, and probably just like, oh, I can't do that. I can't sit still for that long. And to watch you've been actually one of the ones in the group who really, really dove into it. And you're experiencing the benefits of a calmer, healthier, happier mind. And so that was very similar to me. And again, you and I are very similar. I also had breast cancer, as you know, and yeah, when we're so stressed and going, it's inevitable that something is going to happen. I'm not saying everyone's going to get cancer, but your body can only take so much stress before it's just like, okay, we need to stop and figure out a different way to live if we want to live a healthy, happy, long life. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. I guess my question, so the program is obviously based on group support as well. So we meet every week with myself and the other women in your group. What did you feel about the group kind of before entering the program, knowing it was going to be a group support call? And how do you feel about being in the group right now? I already know your answer, but I want to hear it from you. So yeah.
Well, before entering the program, I was wondering what we would be discussing and whether that would be more of, I've never been in support groups or whatnot, so I had no clue what to expect. But now I'm friends with those ladies. We're like, I love seeing them on Wednesday. And just by listening to their questions, it's, I had questions. I'm like, oh, she asked this, so maybe I can complete with this. And we help each other also. So then now we text each other and say, hey, did you write this? Or do you remember this? Or we're going to discuss it next Wednesday. So, and it's so beautiful to see the transformation also of everyone throughout. Yeah. And then we cheer together, or also we're sat together, and, so it's wonderful to have that. We feel that loving energy throughout those calls. We look forward to those calls. Yeah.
Oh, I can feel it when I see everyone come on the screen, and it's like, oh, hi. And everyone's from different parts of Canada and the US. No one lives anywhere near each other, pretty much. There's a few in my town here, but I really see this sense of excitement when someone else just had a win or something really good. But then on the other hand, I just see so much love and support and caring for when someone's really going through something challenging. And there's been a lot of challenges, right, over the last 6 months for everyone. It's kind of up and down. And that's so nice to see. And that your whole group has connected outside of the group support calls in their own little way of still connecting with each other. And so that was really nice when that started on its own. And I'm not even a part of that. So yeah. So another question I want to ask you is, and I'm not going to keep you too long, so this will be the final one, but what would you say to someone who's nervous? It's like, oh, I don't know, that program sounds good, but I've tried everything, and I've tried everything to lose weight or to sleep or to feel better. I don't know if I could do that. And it's a big investment. So is it worth it? And just someone who's kind of like, I'm not sure. What would you say to them based on how you feel about the program? You're almost done the program now. So.
Well, I can sum it up with the best investment I ever made. It says it all. And yes, I was nervous at the beginning. I didn't know you. I didn't know what would be going through. But then, your masterclass already, you went through the 6 steps of what needs to be done. And it kind of resonated for me. I'm like, going through all of them, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this. I mean, it made sense. But now how do we apply it? So I'm so grateful that I found you. And it's I would recommend it to everyone. It's hard work though. It's not you're going to go there and no, you read, you work on yourself. And that's the hardest stuff to do, is to work on yourself.
Yeah.
But if you put the effort, it's, I mean, I saw the results. Yeah.
I'm so happy you brought up that there is work. You know, this program is not an overnight magic pill. It's 6 months. It's an investment in your time, your energy, and as you say, working on yourself. And if you do all those things, yeah, you're the perfect example of what can happen. It's you literally have become someone else. And not only do I notice it, you know, women in the group notice it, and people at work, your husband, your kids, I'm sure everyone's just like, wow, you know, you're just a healthier, happier version of yourself. And it's so exciting to see. So thank you so much for sharing, you know, your experience in the program. And again, I am so grateful that somehow we found each other. And I knew from the beginning that it was going to work for you, and it did. So yeah, so much love to you, Nevine. And I will see you on the call next Wednesday.
Very good. Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah.